think I left it off at the station. Yes, I did. And did finish last time by cleaning out the inventory at the very least, so I didn't have to do it all this this session, which is good. That's me thinking. What jobs do we have then? So we're not going to do the main quest just yet. We want to clear everything while we're here so we don't keep coming back and forward all the time. Yeah, I wanted to do Vicar Max's thingy. Because now we have the Mardet cartridge for the hollow thingamajiggy, doohickey, the veil thing. The Sam cleaning unit I think we need to do as well. Did we bring Max with us though? I don't think we brought Max with us. No, we brought Felix and Pavati. We might need to go back to the ship and get Max and bring him with us so we can see what kind of reaction he gets. In that case, let's do this first. Pavati wanted to go drinking because of the whole Junli Tennyson situation, and we go over there to the bar. We haven't been in here yet, and I've not been to Waste Disposal either. Quick peek. This place. Pick my way through some of these. Oh.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
Does it go? It goes around in a big circle and comes back again, and they eat it all. No, I hope not. Ugh. God, that's chunky and horrible. Well, there's not really anything in here. I get the feeling there's going to be some kind of like quest or something that sends us down there eventually.
Didn't the board rep's office used to be in the docking bays?
Here we go. This is the bar. Alright, Pavati. I'm going to introduce you to the joys of alcohol.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
We go get a drink. That's what we do. Bunch of stevedores, freighter crews, our debts. Let's go talk.
A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger?
All the traders in the system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time?
Yeah, I don't know. But you're a bartender. You're supposed to be a quest giver. You're not getting this. You're not getting the idea here. Let's see what you got for sale.
What ain't I got?
I mean, we do have our own alcohol, but it's rude. You know, you gotta buy... I think for her, we could start her off light. You know? These are not alcoholic. These are alcoholic. Latian Lager. Oosh. Sounds delicious. Hi, Nanny. How's it going? Come on in. How is your Tuesday so far? Spectrum vodka, orange vodka, red vodka. Red is a color, but I guess it could also be a flavor. Red flavored. And purpleberry liqueur. Ooh, that's posh. Purpleberry wine. And we have juices and punches and the lemon slap. The drink that slaps. Ooh. Pork scratchings. Nice. Goes well with a beer. You know what? Let's start Pavati off on a beer, though, I think, rather than the hard shit. I'm going to buy one of those. But I am going to buy the orange vodka as well. Why not? Alright, Pavati. Get your ass over here, girl. Can I sit? You can't sit at the tables? Oh, man. Alright, fine. Let's just talk to her. Hi.
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper.
Oh, she wants to do it proper. We're going to go for the vodka then. You're not much of a drinker. Better start slow with a beer. All right, start with beer, but you said in Edgewater the smell made you sick. That's right. She did. Oh, I forgot all about that. Are you sure you want to do this? You seem nervous. If you really want to get drunk, whiskey. Whiskey. Hell yes.
Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake.
Oh. She got all excited about prospects with Junlei, and then she started talking about some other person in her life, but in the past tense, but still. As though it was like an ongoing pain. Alchemist, hello, did someone say whiskey? He has been summoned. Yep, we did the rite of Jack Daniels, and we brought him in. How's it going, Al? I've seen those pictures, though. They're really cool. Dude, glad you had a good time at the con. But yeah, it's a shame that Carl Urban cancelled, right? I mean, come on. Did you get to see any of the other guest stars or chat with any of them? Did you harass Shatner like you were planning to do? I didn't ask you that earlier. Okay, well, you're not much of a drinker. Let's say this then. In Edgewater, the smell made you sick. What about that rhyme? The rite of Jack Daniels is a good way to get me to throw the bottle at you. Okay.
Oh, wow. You remembered. Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is.
I hate wine. It tastes like
Bottoms up.
hairspray. It's gross.
I'm an expert on wine, but ain't you supposed to drink that stuff with your little finger up?
No, that's tea, my dude.
Wow, this is really kind of nice, actually. Who'd have guessed old fruit could taste so
Old
good?
fruit.
Oh, Captain. I'm pining for June like something fierce. What am I doing?
Aww. You're enjoying a drink with friends? You're going on a grand adventure across Halcyon, or you're whining. You're just whining. No, you're going on a grand adventure across Halcyon. Come on.
You're funny. Yeah, I guess we're doing that, aren't we? Crewing together, seeing the stars. It's like something out of a serial. I like the ones with grand romances. And I think I'm flubbing mine.
Here's the secret. There's no such thing as the fairy tale romance. It does not happen. Not often. Most of the time, it just comes your way, slaps you across the face and says, come this way, you're with me now, and you get dragged along for the ride. So, you will give me proper whiskey, so God help me, you'll get a fist-hand look at the inside of a bottle. That is not permitted under Twitch terms of service, I've got to tell you. Fist hand is not a typo. Oh shit. Okay. So what's your preferred whiskey type or brand? I mean, I know, you're Texas and Jack Daniels is Tennessee, right? So I guess there's that as well. So, what's a good Texas whiskey? No, you didn't get to harass celebrities. My wife spent most of the money on vampire dudes. Okay, then. Don't know what to do about her. Start by telling me why her message got you unsettled or beats me. Got a rough track record with relationships. No, let's try and help her. Alright, tell me what got you unsettled. Most people will say Maker's Mark. Ah, okay.
Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel.
Isabel, that's
Mentioned
it.
her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making
You're a
her
Jameson
influence
fan.
this whole
Aha.
time. Maybe she's not interested after all.
I have heard you talk about Jamesons before, come to think of it, so yeah. So is that actually a Texas whiskey then? Is that from Texas? Okay. What did she actually say in the message you haven't said? If I'm feeling cheap, either Ezra Brooks or Evan Williams. I'm not familiar with either of those. I'm not really a whiskey drinker though myself. I tried it multiple times and it doesn't taste to me like other people describe how it tastes. It doesn't taste pleasant at all. Like, even the so-called good stuff I've tried, that people have said, no, try this one. Okay, I've tried it. It's pretty much the same as the other stuff that I've tried and it just doesn't work. But apparently some people have a different palate for things like whiskey as well as other types of drinks where it's not pleasant, Like, my brain processes the flavor differently and it comes out tasting like drain cleaning fluid and like somebody set fire to it, basically, like that. Maker's Mark is from Texas. Everybody's got a different taste buds. Yeah, well, that's true, yeah. But even then, like, despite that, some people can all appreciate and enjoy certain things, and then there's other stuff where it's like, nope. For some people, it just tastes like this all the time, and it's not pleasant. So I'm sadly in that category, because otherwise I would love to be one of those guys that sits there sipping a whiskey, looking all cool. All right. So what did she actually write? You haven't said.
It was was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her?
Perception again.
I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve.
Oh god, what is she gonna do? She's gonna get so drunk she's then gonna go down to engineering and talk to Junlei about this. Be like, I just needed to talk to you about this, Isabel. What is this? Let's persuade her instead to get some water. Slow down.
Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration, here I come.
That does not look like water.
You just saved Parvati a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Shush you.
Oh, Captain,
Shush.
I want to talk to you.
Damn, Felix got shushed.
Even about silly things, but I'm so scared.
Alright. What are you scared about?
Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me?
Don't stop there, you're on a roll. Keep going, fret away. You know? There's an easy way to get answers to all of those questions.
There's nothing easy about spilling your guts to the person who's got your heart in their hands. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but
You got
then
hang-ups.
later she's not?
Some big, big hang-ups here. Which is understandable. We have that in common, you know. I'm not interested in physical affection either. Well, that's just no. Are you afraid of being rejected for who you are? Or you're afraid of disappointing her? You can't control how people react and people you care about. Let's go with
What
that.
do you mean, Captain?
Trying to manage that will drive you crazy. Well, the only thing you can control is you.
So if I'm doing my very best to be kind and open-hearted, I shouldn't worry how she thinks of me?
Exactly.
Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts.
But he does. You just gotta push him away. Yeah, there we go. We all do.
I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... Wow. So much to think about.
So, you gonna ask her out?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should?
Determination. Don't ask for my opinion, believe in yourself. Yes, just ask her. Telling someone who has a hard time believing in themselves and has low self-esteem that they should just believe in themselves is not what they want to really... It's what they should be able to hear, but they're not going to hear it. So, sometimes you've got to, as long as you know it's best for them, just give them a little nudge and say, yes, do it.
All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably.
Probably, maybe, eventually. Could do,
Thanks for hearing me
perhaps.
out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
You know something, Parvati? You ought to come drinking with the crew more often.
Spirals are entertaining,
All
right?
right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
Hey, you never know. We exterminate all life in the galaxy, apart from us, then we can. Alright. That's that done. What we're going to do is head back to the ship. I'm going to swap out Parvati
You want to fight?
for Max. And I think we'll bring, what's the name that we just got? What's the name of the other crew member? I can't actually see them all, can I? No. Oh, damn, the blonde doctor girl we got. We'll bring her out. There is a place you can live quiet together. The ship! Now, Ada won't shut up sometimes. She's pretty chatty. For an AI. Oh boy. And we just got Felix on board as well. That does not make for a quiet ship.
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and space dust from your feet in the entry bay. Thank you.
There's no mat. We'll get one eventually, though. Take Parvati back to the ship, where the first night out Parvati would like talk to you on the ship. We'll do that after I've gone back out. And take an Ellie, that's it. We'll take, oh, we've got to unselect people first, and we'll take Vicar Max and Ellie. Ellie, well, Felix is also a bit of a ne'er-do-well, but Ellie seems more so. Seems more of an organized ne'er-do-well. Alright guys, come on. We need to now do the Empty Man. So yeah, back on Terra 2, Vicar Max asked us to find a book that was on some kind of banned list. Oh, she's got Acid Blade. It was some kind of banned list. Like a forbidden book, according to the Office of Scientific Investigation, or whatever it is that he's a part of. I've forgotten. Order of Scientific Inquiry, or something like that. He's part of a religion of science. This is some kind of foundation book for philosophism. Modern philosophism. And it's in French, apparently. And he needs now for us to get into the security office. Oh. There's another Mardet ID cartridge. Oh, shit, I just...
Hold it right there!
Didn't mean to do that.
What do you think you're doing?
Sorry, I just looted out of habit. Jesus, nothing at all. Leave conversation. Wow. Just look the other way, dude. Get out of here. That was just, like, pure habit. So anyway, yeah, he wants us to break into the office here to track down a scholar and talk to him about this banned journal of M. Baconu. See if maybe somebody out there speaks French to translate, because who the fuck speaks French apparently? Seems to be a dead language. I'm wondering, I remember needing to climb around up here, but I can't seem to get up. I do remember doing that. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, and these are not stealing. I'm taking those. That's barred, so we can't get through the... Alright. Oh, and we need to take the bounty, right? Before we do, I'm gonna quick save it. And in here is the place we need to go to. We have only enough... What is that? Steel hoop? Where are we going? Oh, there's the terminal there. What? Where is it? Okay, I need to step out again. I'm using up all the energy. I'm gonna have enough to get back otherwise. Huh? There we go. Recharged. The terminal is in here.
You gotta teach me that.
Nope. My secrets.
Just yank the drive and I'll do the rest.
Let's have a look. What else is in here? Confiscated goods. Detained a freelancer who was cagey about his business. Confiscated belongings. Modified pistol, jock, hatchet, metal hoop. Okay. Prayer beads, OSI, and a locked container. Owner refused inspection. Fled before we could get down to it. Left his things behind, stored at the back of a security station. The idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be Nip. Sublight put in a bid on one of our impounds, generous one to negotiate for the usual finder's fee, give Lydia her salvage. We need to talk to Sublight. They've got jobs for us, apparently. Gladys told us that we needed to go speak to them. So maybe there's something they want us to do when we go to Monarch? Who knows? Might as well make a bit of money while we're at it. Brawl at the Lost Hope. Freelancers versus bored freelancers. Warren arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne's ship impounded by order of Udon Bedford. Still no clue why Hawthorne associates with the bored snake. Yeah, but we cleared that up again. A guy from the back bays roughed up the Moon Kid, raving mad, warned me the moon was going to bring about the end of times. He was flying high on whatever McCreed grows down there. We need that bounty to go and kill that dude. Got a sworn testimony that McCreed was spotted at the Rest and Go, and not that anyone will corroborate it. Reminder to keep an eye on Gladys. Eject. Nice. Oh.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Hey, you guys are running around like this. Chill. So... supposedly... Did I? Perhaps. Is there anything really worth risking to steal? Lots of Mardek cartridges, but I'm going to take their bits. What's in here?
What? Thought I saw something.
Real slick.
What do you think you're doing?
Whoa. What do you mean, what do you think I'm doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing outside the door and it opened. Nothing at all.
Just don't complicate my job.
I fell for it. Oh, what is this? Ooh, secret place. Oh. Alright, time to get sidetracked. Yeah. Oh, okay, this is where we are now. I see. Adira, Bull, Guard, Uniform, Adreno, and a bunch of other stuff. I've already made more than enough bits back in the bribes. Try from here. Yeah. So what is this? Oh boy. Flamethrower. Protective clothing with a safety harness. Okay. Oh god! Ow! That was not where I was aiming. Careful. Don't. Yeah, just jump on Max's head. That's perfectly fine. All right. So Max.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a Sublight salvage crew.
We really do need to talk to Sublight now.
On the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here.
Monarch.
There's a domicile on Monarch, in
Of course.
rented to the same bit cart he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
And we shot that longness, so, you know, it's all awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Okay. You believe in chaos theory and you know how to map it. While we're here, hello.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting,
That.
I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
You could just start with, "Hi, what can I do for you?" and then do the spiel if I waste your time. What bounties?
Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours
McRed,
old.
not McCreed.
The posting that
Getting it
is,
wrong.
not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to
Dastardly.
pay docking fees,
Oh, no.
resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
Okay. I need a quick bio break as well, guys. I will be back in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. All right. Back we go. Yeah, flying under the influence of illegal substances?
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
Oh my god. Just how dare you spill high-class alcohol all over someone who isn't authorized to consume that beverage. So he assaulted 2 people?
Kicked one right in the kneecap while he poked the other in the eyes.
Ooh.
McRed's lucky we're too backlogged right now to hunt him down ourselves. But if our resources clear up and we catch him before some contractor does, I fully plan to lock him in ISO with them 2 officers he wounded. Thinking he won't like that one bit.
What if I find him? Can I just kill him? Because that seems simpler. Can see why he's wanted, dead or alive.
Dreadful, ain't it? Such blatant disregard for order.
Oh,
It's a
shocking.
real problem in the youth these days. It's true enough that he ain't particularly deadly, but the interest on each fine being compounded as they are means he'll be paying with his life insurance. Only way to cover it. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send Mardets?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
Ow. I'll take it.
About 6
Save you the
other
paperwork.
enterprising Mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Alrighty, so what's it like working security here?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Alright, fine. Just trying to make
I'm
conversation.
here for a chat. Now get moving.
And
before
what
I see
exactly
you.
is a Mardet?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker.
Yes.
Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet and not guard or officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Well, I get the Mar bit in Marine, but where'd the Det bit come from? Whatever. You guys up for some bounty hunting? We already know where he is. We've been there before. The back bays. So let's quickly, where is it? Yeah, there it is, side quest. Hunt down and kill Captain McRed. McRed or dead? McRed Dead Redemption. Hunt for McRed October.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Oh, holy.
You suck!
I was waiting for that. I'm like, I'm gonna taunt this just to make sure I turn the bot on. There we go. Alright, cool. Hi guys. Oh, I'm getting... I was getting hit from behind and I didn't realize it. We done? We get them all? Nice. That was easy. McRed's lighter. Took it. A bracelet. The perfect accessory for a night on the town or a dinner at the local establishments. The original owner probably spent a few bits to buy it. And we have the Montag. Okay. I will take that too. And all the rest of the loot. This is all money, as far as I'm concerned. Bear with me while we loot the shit out of this place. That shotgun is freaking awesome. I'm so glad. So glad I got that thing. We already took all of that. I think all the dead guys are going to be in here, so it'll be nice and easy. Now I can steal all their shit. Cool. Typed that after the first shitty pun. Nice. Oh boy. I thought the hunt for McRed October was pretty good actually, but okay. And we got this beastie here. He doesn't seem to be doing much of anything at all, so we're just gonna leave him be. Alright. And take that stuff as well. There's probably other stuff in here, but we ain't got that kind of time. Or inventory space, probably. Actually, we're not doing bad. What's this? Ooh. And another one over here. Didn't see that. And what is that? Cigarettes. Would have been good if you both started and stopped with it. Oh dear. Yeah, that's true. I should have known when to quit. Alright, Sublight Salvage. We do need to speak to these guys as well. While we're here.
Sublight. The legitimate smuggling business.
Uh-huh.
Mission prove interesting, to say the least.
Won't it just? Can we talk to this guy?
Got any leads on salvage? Doesn't even have to be broke yet. I'll take anything.
I like how they just don't care if I read their messages. Subject, don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities. And that is what we are. Stay calm. Present your papers. If you get tangled in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone see Hawthorne lately? I could use a reliable help. From the captain of the unreliable. Yes. Fallbrook shipments. Unlike most of you sprats, Catherine is bringing Sublight to a consistent income. From today, until I say so, you're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. Brought in Purpleberry liqueur, lots. Spectrum vodka, even more than that. Erotica generic, the locals aren't picky. Erotica exotic, except for the ones who are. Space cake surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on last month's order list, so either track some down or do your best in the kitchen. Surprise me. Black hole. Holcomb signed toss ball poster. P.S. Tobias, where are you with that desk extension? Literally in the same email. You know, she expected him to already be on it as she was typing it. My scanner says the Mardets impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they can't afford to lift the impound. Whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an altercation with one of theirs. I like how it's all in caps. Lost another contractor, scrapped the ship, dedicated a tenth of salvage to funeral expenses. I take care of my people. A little sprat told me that a crate of spoiled cysty pork ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen has gone bad. Ew. Next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the Marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. All good points. Say the very least. I get the feeling Ellie has some history with these guys. Hello? Oh, Tobias, where's that desk extension?
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable?
Yes, Captain Hawthorne. Wink.
Sure you are.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Hey, Doc Fenhill. Glad to see you ain't moved on from Groundbreaker yet.
Oh, she's going though.
Hey, Tobias. How's the leg?
Good as you left it, ma'am. Still bends and everything.
Hopefully in the places it's meant to bend. The leg bending by itself is not necessarily a good thing. What happened to the leg?
A bullet went through it.
Oh.
Most of the way.
Most of the way.
The other guy thought his ship was perfectly operational. I told him it was salvage. We disagreed. I won.
Workplace.
Sounds like your leg
Captain.
lost, though.
Pretty routine around here.
So you're an employee?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
You look after her desk extension? Now he has an ankle on his thigh. Hey, that sounds like a great place for an ankle. Why hasn't evolution taken care of that for us already, is what I want to know. Imagine being able to just bend your leg at one more position. The amount of, like, utility that has for you. I don't know, that seems like a good thing to me. That's a pretty big desk, I've got to say. Wonder which part was the extension, or where does she want the extension to go, because fucking hell.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down.
And you would have hunted me down?
Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations.
Aggressive Operations,
you
nice.
already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
Yes, Hawthorne, proud owner of the Unreliable, wink.
A little advice. Before you start telling lies, get a feel for who you're talking to.
No, I know you are. No, I'm not.
Nice
But I
to
need
see
to
the
keep up
Unreliable
impressions.
Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
Hey, don't let Ada hear you calling her ship names.
Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings.
I kind of like
I have
Ada.
a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
There is.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
Gee, it's almost like I do, and the quest system knows that. I can get there. Tell me about the job.
One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
Okay. What is Sublight doing in Fallbrook?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around with the board embargo. Keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
How unconventional, asking for a friend.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
What kind of salvage am I looking for?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas.
Oh, what is that?
It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
But it can be a lot of fun, if you don't mind the possibility of rewiring your body on an atomic level.
Sounds
You
good
and
to
I
me.
have different notions of fun, Dr. Fenhill.
I'll take the job.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook.
All right.
One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
Oh, and what am I looking for when I do?
Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. Just watch out. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Probably.
Well, that set me at ease.
No, right? Aren't we all happy at this now? I'm so glad I came here.
Let us take heed that we are not caught bending the law. I am not keen on another long-term penitentiary assignment.
Well, you didn't like being a priest in jail? Sounds like a right sweet gig. I suppose this is the kind of assignment where you don't get to say how long it's for.
I can't believe it's not forced.
Alright. Other than turning in the bounty, we need to go to Scylla to find the droids. Weapons from the Void. We need to go and speak to the doctor to get those, but I get the feeling we're not going to go there just yet. Space Crime Continuum. Retrieve a missing passcode for Lilia. From the agent in Stella Bay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Deliver to Catherine, Malin, and Fallbrook. Where that is, but I guess we'll figure it out. Need to talk to Parvati back on the ship. Track down Reginald Shaney. Apparently he's on Monarch as well. And the cleaning machine, we should probably figure out what we're doing with that. We'll talk to Parvati when we get back to the ship. Just a moment as well. I suppose I'm in a good place. I was just double checking my camera position. I moved it around for the Star Trek game. I'm using the same layout, so I was too lazy to make a new layout for the Star Trek game, and I just used this one. But I think we're out of the way of any potential UI elements. Oh, what am I doing? I walked right past the security office. Like, no, don't need to talk to you yet. I did the bounty. I ain't talking about the chocolate bar. Sorry, totally blanked out there.
There goes the hunt.
Done. Dude
I've
dead.
been ruminating on it, and I
You like a new
decided,
lighter?
if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing
Yeah, we took
excessive,
several
mind you,
bullets.
but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Well, good news, I killed him and roughed him up before we did it. Or I only kill humanely, yes. I gassed him with sleeping gas. And then, bled him dry. Okay, yep, I killed him though, and he's roughed up a
I'm
bit.
growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Oh. Oh, Ellie, get out of there! What are you doing? Jesus. We have new skills to pay the bills. Where are we putting this? We're gonna put this 5 into ranged weapons. I'm going to put 3 into dialogue into that. I can now start. I have to start when you get to 50. You have to start adding them individually rather than as a group. I think that's a pretty interesting system. And we've got a plus 10 to lie because we have Ellie with us. Nice. And I'm not so much bothered about sneak, but hack and lockpick works for me, but the elite troop armor is really fucking us over on that. Alright, I like that. We'll go with that. Yeah. Is there anything better over here? I think we already kind of dealt with some of this, didn't we? I should probably also get rid of some of this crap. Any of those. Any of these either, but do I want to give Ellie some armor? I probably do. She can have Montauk. I mean, that's not better than what she's wearing. 9 and a 9. Lock and intimidate. Of that. Cool. Why not set these? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. I'm like, why can't I set these as like? Actually, I should probably break some of these down, shouldn't I? Let's just break these down so that I can then upgrade things later. But yeah, look at that. The this is giving us -5 on all stealth skills. So probably want to deal with that at some point. But yeah, we want to see if there are sell armor. Yes, they do. It's only basic tier armor. Good. Don't sell armor, but they sell weapons, but I don't think it matters. Let's sell the junk. Boom. On we go! Time to get into space! We don't have anything else to do at Groundbreaker, I think, right? Check before we leave. Don't necessarily, but I think we still need to come back here anyway at some point. We may need to come back here to finish the sublight job. Maybe pick another one up. But now, let's go. I kind of want to get to Monarch. Before we leave, we need to talk.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
Yeah, I see them. Be with them in a moment. Want to check in on Pavarti. How's it going? How's the hangover?
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise.
There we go, that's good.
Some of the drinks we tried, I even liked. I guess it's not all disgusting. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me.
Yeah, we could have got her really drunk and then she'd be like, oh, my hangover. And then we get to be like Lando Malari being like, how was your first hangover? I remember my first hangover. Actually, no, that's not true. If I remembered it, it wouldn't be a true hangover, so, yeah. Ah, what a good character. Alright, so, did you talk to Jun Lee?
I messaged Junlei when we got back and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos.
Mm-hmm. Not to ask for spoilers, but you want to drink again tonight? No. Were there any funny typos? No, I'm just going to be okay, not so bad so far.
I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises.
Mm-hmm. Isabel Crisis was a big misunderstanding. Oh, glad we wasted time drinking because Junlei is bad at writing messages. If you two marry, you'll be saying, haha, just kidding, unless you're not. No. So she does like and meant it in the most awkward way possible.
Oh, isn't she sweet?
Oh,
like
God.
one of those two-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal and, I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
Look at us spreading love around the galaxy. Ain't that special?
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
Dude, this is no smoking.
You must have had him quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better.
I love the banter between crew members. It's so good. Hi guys, how's it going?
Something on your mind?
I'd like to get to know more about you if we're going to work together, by the way.
I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination.
Arr.
Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook.
What is a zero-G cocktail?
It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not.
Inventive, I like it.
I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more until you do.
Sounds good. You have any other experience contracting with the captains?
Sure do. Some of it was even legal.
So even with Felix, we did a proper job interview with her. She was just like, yeah, I'm working for you now because I just don't like being in anyone's debt. And we're like, okay, come aboard. And then like, you know what, we should actually get to know what your references are before we actually leave the station, because it's not too late to kick her off. Alright, so what is that supposed to mean?
There's a lot of business that goes through the Groundbreaker. Some of it's board-authorized freight hauling, and some of it's not. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way.
Okay, sounds reasonable.
Glad to hear it. It's worked for me this long.
I was hoping to know something more personal.
Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you.
Guessing that's a cereal. And where are you from?
Aw, come on. That stuff's boring.
Ah, you're deflecting. Come on, tell me.
The thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance.
Cool. Alright, let's get back to business.
Thanks here.
Later. Felix.
Good to see you, boss.
Ah, all we've got is part ways. I don't like that. Yeah, we need to figure this thing out as well. Ah! Does not respond. Okay, just checking, making sure it's not pretending to be asleep. So this was Felix's quarters. We've had a look at those. Hey, yo, Vicar, what's up?
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Alright, tell me of this personal quest.
Yes, I've been meaning to discuss exactly that. Now that we know where, the scholar is, when will we be searching him out?
Ah, we're going there right now, actually, so... as soon as we can. That's all we get in. Okay. And which quarters did Ellie take? I'm guessing this one. Let's poke around her stuffs. Disinfectant, for disinfecting equipment. Bottle of hooch. Let's hope that's what it's for. She's gonna go blind otherwise. Bullet-riddled leather jacket. It's distressed. I bet it is. I'd be distressed if I was full of bullets. Got steady hand pills and other kind of shit. Scissors for gauze, scalpels for wounds, and handheld laser ones for a flawless complexion. Ocean. Oh my. Okay, well we've obviously got one more crew member that needs to move in with us, plus the robot. Do have some to go in here. But not in there, because I'm keeping all the treasures, all the weird things that we pick up along the way, all the unique stuff, it's all going in there. Okay, Ada. Let us be off.
Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Yes, put him on the screen.
Well done. You'll love Monarch.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I will. I've heard great things.
Species. Fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, It's Hiram.
We'll just tell him not to stand exactly where we're landing.
Chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists.
Be a
They
problem.
can help us fight back against the board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
Sounds like you've been there.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
He probably likes the local food, yeah. Okay, where should I start?
You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss.
So this is like a planet that no one's allowed to go to, but there are people there still.
To Hiram Blythe's compound.
More questions?
Come see me in my lab.
Apparently not.
Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
All right. Right, so there's Monarch. Scylla is the other place we need to go to get the medical robots for the Groundbreaker. So that is a different place. And there's Phineas's lab. Let's just go to Monarch. So Stellar Bay or Cascadia land. Warning dangerous. Let's just go to Stellar Bay first. I don't know if Cascadia is a different map or if it's the same place. So I do remember some of the maps have multiple landing pads around them, and when you get to them you can call the ship to you. Alright. So we need to find this broker by getting a hunter called Nyoka. Frequents the yacht club on Stellar Bay. Okay. Let's see, who are we going to take with us? I'm going to take Felix. And I'm going to take Pavarti, I think. Actually, no, Pavarti's got a lot on her mind. Let's take Ellie. Felix and Ellie, these two are probably going to make a good team. They just seem right, somehow. Although we could have brought the Vicar as well and done his thing, but anyway. Alright guys, spread out and keep your eyes open. Keep your ears even more open. So this is actually a big town. Ah! Fuck! Ow! Jesus! That's not a staircase. Okay, that was an elevator platform. There should be a guardrail. Aye, after repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. So a phobic effect of being up high. But I get a perk point. I'm gonna take it. Oh no. Okay, what do we want to put this in? Movement, speed, extra headshot, weak point damage. That could be very useful now. Ability range, carry capacity bonus for companions, dialogue skills, health restore per kill. That could also be very useful. So I think it's a toss-up between these two because I don't really care about any of these unless there was something in the vendor prices. Boy, we have buying prices up. You know, like for them to buy from us. Let's go with the headshot damage.
Hey, hold on there. Gotta sign you in.
Alright. Hi, Grim.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
You just see us land, then we're new. Seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
And, what are they doing here?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so...
Oh, please do. Don't let me stop you.
Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Nicely done. Alex Hawthorne.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code.
Ooh.
I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Cool. So... Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And
oh, Fallbrook's here then.
Or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly?
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
What about cannibal raptidons? Oh. I think actually raptidons are cannibalistic anyway, but anyway, so the board's lying?
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Oh.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar,
what more could you ask for?
Lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
Will do, Grim.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
What? Black Hole, what's that? Who's that? Tell me.
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie, the Hole Meister, the Hack Attack.
You are saying words, but they're not processing.
One of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Well, hibernation for decades, but okay.
Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay.
The poster sounds valuable.
I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
I'll ask.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI.
I don't think she gave us such a good greeting.
She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Alright. On we go. Oh, there's same armor selection. Of these here. Ordnance control. Elite trooper armor. Screw up your stealth skills regardless. That one there will give us more dialogue, and it's medium armor. Talk to this person? Are they...
Look, I don't... Sorry, for a second I thought you were Grim.
Oh. Out of here. I, honest to God, at this angle, thought this was something else. And I see he's actually holding on to it. Nice scythe.
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
Not having any of my blood, thank you very much. Ask our doctor. That's not healthy. This place is actually quite nice. This is the yacht club where we need to go and find Nyoka. Let's, first of all, have a bit of a wander around. Get to know the place. I'm guessing this is the HQ.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
We'll talk to Celia later. We'll talk to the actual leader first. Hello.
New business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
Remember these guys now. They're a bit of a pair.
Not quicken the pulse. How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Can we please stop talking about moist loins?
Posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Just as long as it's with you and not your moist loins. Thank you. No, you have a meeting with me, my friend. No, that's generous of you. Hi.
Yeah, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm looking for the information. Oh, do we want to talk to him about that? Charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony. I'm going to stab someone. Oh, what's wrong with moist loins? I don't want them in front of me. Nothing wrong with them, but keep them private. It could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
You're free of the other corporations. Why would you want to bring them back? Oh, sounds like a personal problem. I've got concerns. What are you hoping to accomplish? Maybe we can help.
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
You're tired of scrounging and scraping by?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
Not everyone likes the idea of hunting sprats in the back bays, Felix.
Oh.
Your friend makes a good point, young man. I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
What do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sisty sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thanks at your confidence and assure you that my plan is indeed sufficiently complicated.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Alright, this lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Right. And how long did it take you to figure out you need to defend the city? Now, what do you want to do about that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Yeah, well, so a Bolt 52 is useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Yes, an ordinance or ordinance. Yeah, that's the thing. It's an ordinance, not an ordinance. It's not weaponry. It's a civic ordinance. Once you have the Bolt 52... Oh no, where do we get this from?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Yeah. I'm going to keep going with the mistaken impression that it might be a gun, though, because I'm not smart enough to know. In fact, it's called an arms building. And it's... Oh, arms is going to be an acronym for something like a civic management bureau or some sort. Right, I'll get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Or I could keep it safe for you. Price. Yeah, before I go, let's ask about something.
What can I do for you?
Tell me about MSI in the good old days.
It's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
You mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Okay, and this is of course not Terra, as in Earth. This is Terra 1, New Earth. You called it Terra 1, even though there was already one Terra at this point. So why is Terra 1 originally called Terra 2, and why was Terra 2 not Terra 3? I don't get that, but anyway. Terra 1, Terra 2, I see the board put their best people on that one. Yeah.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names.
They're confusing.
The whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI.
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Reforms are for quitters, Sanjar. No, how forward thinking.
It's humane. But it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
Sounds almost reasonable.
We learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Use the board's own tools against them?
That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yeah, I guess you missed the transport.
Many of us chose to stay behind. And as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
And why would they have done that?
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but if we can't rely on some sort of framework, then what do we have? I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
What's the hazard clause, then?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
Sounds like the board gave themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
They would say it's for the greater good.
The greater good. Huh? Okay. And then they invoked it on Monarch.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
So why do you want back?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, he'll own your dignity too.
You tell him,
You
Felix.
can't beat him. Might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
Treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back, or you can't fault them for practicality, or seems better than the corporate yoke? Now let's go with the first one. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Leverage as in the Bolt 52?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, yes. It'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. What can I do for you?
Oh, by the way, I met Grim at the landing pad. Bang up job.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Quite literally, yeah. This character is me, apparently. Bang up job. You guy's a world-class moron. No, he did it. He pulled it off flawlessly.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I guess we will talk about the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
And how do I get there?
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
Okay, well, that's the second
You can keep her sober.
recommendation we've had. Keep her sober. Maybe I want to keep her drunk, if she operates better that way. Let's go. Alright, so we picked up a little job as well while we're out there. Go to the arms building. Let's have a look. Where is it? So we're down here at Stellar Bay. The arms building. Oh, right. It only tells you where the gates are to get out of town. It doesn't actually show you where the quests are. These are inactive quests, so that's the empty map. That's where we need to go for the... Alright. Well, if I remember correctly, I think the arms building was up here? How did that exit? We'll take Nyoka with us. What else is down here, though? This place. Monarch Stella.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out. She's in a mood.
Velma? Where's Scooby-Doo? Daphne and Fred. And Shaggy. Alright, well, obviously not in here. Oh, this is the Saltuna processing place, right? Yeah, look at all them fishes. There we are, Velma. What's up?
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine said she'd shove you in a box if you keep running your yap like that.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message.
Oh, she saw through it.
I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Chief what now?
Braxton.
All right.
He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors.
Too many, just a few.
Pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit.
These MSI types are living the dream.
Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
What's this about the foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
Hey, it's a skill.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Let me put it this way then. If it was such an easy job, that you don't need to pay much for, why do you need them? Why aren't you doing it? Since it's obviously not a big deal flipping switches and turning dials. Oh, you need them to do the job, so pay them for it. Why don't you just pay them more? Come on.
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
Alright, I'll talk.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it?
Yes, I do mind. I charge for
I'm
that.
joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Oh, right. So let's talk about him, though. What do I need to know about this
Unless
dude?
you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
They're hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve compensation?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
And again, if it was that
Caleb and his crew
easy,
have it
you'd
better
be
than
doing
anyone
it.
else around here, I'll tell you that much.
Why can't you give a pay increase?
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Man, if we had 100 persuade, hire sublight, just give them more control over your business. Wow. Sanjar's gonna notice the shortfalls before long, and he'll hold you responsible, though.
Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home, near the diner.
So we can go and steal his money and force him to go back to work? Are you going to meet him halfway, perhaps?
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life.
Alright.
Fine by me.
What about Braxton?
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming.
Same thing.
And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Why didn't you turn him in until now?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get this Altoona, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Alright. Who's this Catherine you mentioned?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
Alright, talk to you later. That reminds me, I forgot to ask about what's his name's poster, so we'll go and do that on the way back. Frederick. Hello, Frederick.
Velma's not so bad, as long as you avoid her when she's stressed.
Yeah, she was stressed when we came in.
She's always